Are you tired of survival mode and want to get out of it? Keep listening, because I'm going to give you a 3-step strategy that's going to help you get out of survival mode once and for all. Hey, my dear, I am leadership development coach Kathy Archer. Please tell me that you are not struggling with leadership all by yourself. I am on your team and I'm here to help you. I'm going to teach you the daily actions you need to take and the mindset shifts you need to make so that you can increase your competence and feel more confident as you lead in your nonprofit team. Today, I'm going to talk about survival mode, and I'm going to give you a 3-step strategy to get out of survival mode if you've had it with survival mode. So what is survival mode? Well, you probably know it and know it very well. Survival mode's when you're leading in your organization and in your nonprofit and you're struggling to keep it all together, when every day is just like, just get me through this next meeting, just get me through this day, just get me through this next busy time. You're constantly feeling like you're going to drop the ball. You're exhausted. You're drained. You're on the edge of falling apart. And if it goes really bad, you get to that point where you're just apathetic and you don't care anymore. That survival mode causes you not to be an effective leader, creates some turmoil in your organization. And really, if you're in survival mode and many of your team are in survival mode, that's breeding ground for a toxic environment. And you need to get out of survival mode fast. If you stay stuck in survival mode, what's going to happen is partly you're going to just not realize you're in survival mode any longer because it just becomes the norm. And it creates this ongoing level of stress in your life that impacts your health, your relationships, your marriage. It impacts your whole life, and it's not a healthy place to be. On top of that, you're not going to be effective. You're going to be constantly head down fighting fires rather than able to sit back and lead more strategically with a bigger focus. You're going to struggle to have emotional control, that emotional intelligence that's so vital in leadership. You're going to struggle with being in integrity and being honest and upfront, and you're certainly going to struggle with being a caring and compassionate leader. All of those things happen when you're stuck in survival mode. So, on the other end of the spectrum is this place where you are vibrant, healthy, engaged, enjoying leadership, effective as a leader, powerfully impacting your team, inspiring them, able to motivate them. Your team is at that place where it's doing amazing things. And in the middle is this place where many of us are at. It's this, we're not always in survival mode, but we're certainly not up there where we are powerfully engaging and doing some amazing things. Instead, we're tolerating things, we're settling for things, we're putting up with things. Days are kind of, same old every day. And it gets to that point where it's like, really? Is this, what life is all about as a leader? And you realize that a year or 2 or 5 or 10 has passed. You've not grown. Your team has become stagnant. Nothing's really changing or happening. That's when you get in that tolerating place. So if you want to get out of either survival mode or that place where you're always tolerating things, and you want to move to that place where you're thriving, there are 3 things you need to do. 1 is assess where you're at. Get a real sense of how bad is it? How toxic am I in this organization? How many of my days am I constantly sitting in survival mode where I'm feeling like I'm about to fall apart, where I'm just praying to get through this meeting or next conversation or next day or next week? How bad is it? Then the second thing you need to do is kind of draw that line in the sand and set an intention that says, I'm going to change this. I'm going to get out of this. And then the third thing you need to do is start taking action. Nothing's going to change by waiting, hoping, praying. It's going to change waiting for something magically to change in your organization, hoping somebody's going to leave or somebody's going to do something differently. That's not going to change anything. You have to start taking action. And you do that by creating a plan. So that's the 3 steps you need to do. Figure out how bad it is, set an intention that you're ready to make a change, and then create that plan. And if you want to learn how to create that plan and the steps that you need to do to create that plan, watch the next video and I'm going to tell you the 3 steps you need to include in your plan and 3 hacks to make your plan effective so you can get out of survival mode.